It's time. Just a Guy with a Beer with Scott Fryer is on your radio, your device, your tablet, your everywhere. Sit back and let Scott take you down the rabbit hole of beerdom.
Know your role and shut your mouth because the people's champ is ready to talk.
Here's Scott Fryer.
What's up, everybody? Happy New Year to all of you out there in Just a Guy with a Beer land. It is Monday, January 4th, 2021. 2020 is finally over, and it's Monday. You know what that means? For the first time this year, I get to rock. I get to rock the Victory Monday. The Victory Monday. I mean, my nipples hard, too, when I said that. It's Victory. I bought this shirt like halfway through the season. It took forever to get here. Right. And ever since I ordered it, they freaking haven't won a game. And so yesterday, the New York Football Giants beat the Dallas Cowboys yesterday. So I'm rocking the Victory Monday shirt for the first and last time. Thanks to the Eagles.
We're 30 seconds.
And last time.
30 seconds into the show and it already gets awkward.
Yes. First and last time of the season I get to wear the Victory Monday shirt. But it was a good season. 6-10, better than I expected. We didn't make the playoffs. So that's okay. Thanks, Eagles, for nothing. But it was a good time, and I'm rooting for the Bills now. Go Bill! I'm an unofficial bandwagon member of the Bills Mafia for the next however many weeks, as long as they're in it.
And who are they playing against?
They play the Colts, I think.
Then I'll be rooting for the Colts.
Yeah, why, dude?
Because I always root for the opposite people.
No, but
I'm not a sports fan. I'm not a sports guy, so
the Colts have won a Super Bowl. The Bills have never won a Super Bowl.
I'm not a sports guy, so it doesn't really matter to me.
Oh, well, that's fine. So anyway, we're here. It's Monday. Kind of a somber day. Without getting into details, I lost a good friend. A friend to a lot of you are watching over the weekend, and we got news today that it was confirmed just a little while before I came on air, and it's a tough thing, you know. I thought about maybe calling you and not doing it, but you know, I think I felt like I needed to do the show after I had the thought. I'm like, no, because too many people enjoy it, and it's a good distraction for me. So. You know, it still hurts. It's painful. You know, when someone loses their life, and especially when they take their own life, it's tough because it leaves you without answers to what, to the why. So, a little tribute to my friend. You can see it here. Some of you know, those of you know. So I hope that you guys appreciate that. And if he's up there listening right now, man, I love you, and I'm gonna miss you, dude. And anyway, listen, if you're hurting and you need something, you need help, if you need to talk to somebody, please call me. Everybody has my number, 860-941-7811. Please call me. I will talk to you. If I'm awake, or if I hear my phone ring and I wake up. If you just need that person to just to know that somebody cares, because somebody, I assure you, somebody always cares, you know. And if you can't, there's somebody always on the end of the line at 800-273-8255, which is the suicide prevention hotline. There's somebody on the end of you to not do that thing, man. That's the last resort. And you know, there's so many things. Life is so beautiful, and there's so many things to live for. And when someone does that, it leaves the people that are still here, it leaves them with an empty hole because you're gone suddenly, and they don't know why.
Yeah,
they feel a little guilty because none of us saw it coming. So, but I mean, he was obviously dealing with things that he couldn't express, and it's unfortunate. And I'm gonna miss him. So, anyway, on with the show, man. So tonight, so if you don't know by now, and if you know the guy standing 3 feet away from me, we're not social distancing, by the way.
That's all right.
This is my man, Doug Capazzi. He's Mr. Everything. The veteran community especially, but especially around this area, southeastern Connecticut, man. You and your wonderful girlfriend, Allison, the better looking of the duo.
Definitely better looking of the duo. I am not.
You guys are all over the veteran community, man. You're so appreciated. You're so loved. Doug, thanks for coming on the show, bro.
Oh, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it, bud.
No, I'm glad you came in because, you know, especially today, you know, we both do a lot with veteran suicide. Mm-hmm. I want to say we forget about the civilian community, because I don't, but it's often overlooked. Yeah. Because we're in the veteran community and it happens so often.
Yep.
The people that we know, we kind of forget about it. So I'm glad you're here today, man. And it was good to see a face, that I could, someone that relates to what I'm going through, because, I miss the family that he belongs to with, the friend circle we call a family. You
Yep.
know that. And I'm hurting for them. And I want to be with them, and I'm going to try to get over there this weekend. I'm going to make it a point to get over there this weekend and see them. But when you lose somebody, especially when it's close, it's tough, man. It's hard to deal with. But when I swear to you, like maybe 30, 40 minutes before you showed up is when I found out that they had found him, and it was good to see you. So it was good. It was a good medicine, and I'm glad I decided to keep doing this. So thanks for coming in, and thanks for being here tonight. So listen, we were talking about you're like Mr. Everything here in southeastern Connecticut. Irreverent Warriors, that's your new gig, man. You're like you're the Northeast coordinator, correct?
Actually,
New England.
Actually, I currently hold 3 roles in Irreverent Warriors at this point. Actually, I'll say 2.5. So I was actually, just after our last hike, I was just promoted to national coordinator with 2 other national coordinators. So now the 3 of us, we pretty much oversee like 70 plus hikes across the U.S., Puerto Rico, and the U.K. Yes. On top of that, I am the district coordinator for this area, so I oversee the hike for Connecticut and the 2 in Massachusetts. Okay. And then I assist, like New York, D.C., stuff like that. And then the half part is I'm slowly transitioning out of the Norwich hike coordinator position, because that's going to be passed off to the VP of the Guardians of the Purple Heart and my treasurer.
Now, he was like the MC last year, right? He kind of ran it last year.
Yeah,
he did a good job, man.
Yeah, he's high speed. I mean, that dude, he's full of ideas, full of energy, and I love the fact that I can just go up and say, Eric, I need this done, and before I can even say how I would like it done, he knows exactly where my head is, and he just executes. So he's taken over pretty much taken over the hike for this year, while I'm pretty much concentrating on all hikes across the U.S.
So now, you say that. Now you're forcing me to have to go do all these SILKIES hikes, which I love, by the way. Yeah. But that's a lot, man. I'm old, man. I'm getting old, and at least I'll be by the next time the next one rolls around, I'll be 51.
You're not that old.
You're
not that old.
Trust me, the last couple days, I somehow hurt my back.
All right, then I got a challenge for you.
Okay.
So last year I did this, and it was really tough. It's called the Taji 100, and I heard it through Team RWB. And basically, it's through the month of February, 28 days. You have that time to do 100 miles on foot. I did it last year. It's like 3.2 something miles every single day that you have to log in order to hit 100 by the end of the month.
Does that just count? Does that like every day walking around? Because I walk around at work, so this is actually you got to go walk.
Yeah, you have to dedicate 100 miles to basically going out and walking. Okay. And I will go out, it doesn't matter. Month of February basically sucks for weather.
Yeah.
So it's cold, it's raining.
It's lacrosse season for me too. So I'm out there in the cold every day for 2 hours. Yeah, I get it.
So if you want to train, I'll let you know where I
want to do it. I'm in it, dude. I'm in it.
Yeah, I'll let you know where I'm going, and you can help me log 100 miles. I know there's going to be one Saturday I spoke to Nico about, a mutual friend, that we're going to hit like 15, 20 miles in one day, because I think he signed up for it as well. So he's going to try to do the 100.
We should do it together.
Yeah, we should. And then just bring a whole bunch of beers with us. It'd be like another mini SILKIES hike on top of the Taji 100.
So before we go any further, my good friend Pat just posted something on the live chat. Dave from Proclamation Ale in Warwick, he also passed away this weekend.
Really?
He was diagnosed with cancer not long ago. I think he had like 2 months.
Wow.
They got diagnosed with cancer, and that's another tragedy in the beer community. And it's just, like I said, man, life is precious. You never know.
So I just want to put this out there, and I don't want to say it's fitting, but so I deal a lot with the whole veteran suicide thing on a personal level. I also know different outlets that people can turn to. the Ann Daigle Foundation out in Niantic. Her foundation does an excellent job with grief counseling. I actually spoke on her suicide prevention panel a couple of years ago, and that was actually the first time I actually ever, I don't want to say, well, yeah, I admitted to the public that I almost became a statistic. I was literally 2 steps from basically not being here, and it was a phone call that saved my life. And it's now I dedicate my life to being that phone call. Yeah. So if you have the suicide prevention hotline, everyone has your phone number. Anyone listening in, if you're asleep, they want to call me. My number is 860-448-5838. Give me a call, send me a text message. I don't care if you just want to, swap stupid memes back and forth.
Something.
Yeah, I'm childish. I'll send you, some really.
Well, those that know me know that I will send probably not childish.
Yeah.
Definitely inappropriate.
Yeah, definitely inappropriate. It doesn't matter though. It's whatever gets that person out of that rabbit hole. Whatever gets them to see that light and saying, you know what, maybe I do have the strength to continue for one more day.
Well, I'm glad that you did that, man. I'm glad you're still here, bro. I never would have got to meet you. So I'm glad that you woke up to it and you got the help that you needed. Yeah. Whoever you called was there for you.
Oh no, they called me
to pull you back in.
Yeah, they called me. It was weird.
It's tough. It's tough, right? Because it's hard to recognize. It's not always when you get that training. Learn the symptoms, learn the signs of someone who's suicidal. But it's not always. It's not there. No. It's not always there.
No,
it's somebody that you would never think.
Yeah, it's what I've noticed. It's more verbal than anything. And I mean, like I pointed out to you today, your posts over the weekend kind of made me take a step back, and I was like, all right, something's not right. And then it kind of led up to today's events. But what happened with me is I had said something to somebody during the day, and it was that verbal needle in a haystack that they caught on. Yeah. And they were like, something's not right. He doesn't normally say that. And then all of a sudden, when I say I was literally 2 steps, I mean 1, 2, done. And I reached for the door handle and my phone rang, and I picked it up and we talked. And as soon as I hung up the phone, I was like, yeah, you know what? Stuff ain't so bad.
No, I'm glad. And it's tough to talk about. So thanks for sharing with that. So, before we go to the commercial break, let's just finish up the Irreverent Warriors thing, because it's a very important thing. 'Cause people who watch my show, they know that I'm big. This year was my first one. Yeah. I loved it. I was so gung ho. I mean, you saw the pictures. Yeah. I was super gung ho that day, and I'm gonna do it even. I'm doing it up even harder next year.
Yeah.
So just talk to the people who may not know, who have lived under a rock.
Okay.
And not watching my show. What the Irreverent Warriors is and what they do.
Okay, so Irreverent Warriors is a national nonprofit that brings veterans together using humor and camaraderie to improve mental health and prevent veteran suicide. So we're fully aware of the 22 a day. We're more on the prevention side of things. So we call it a SILKIES hike because it's the military PT shorts, which are the silky shorts. I mean, we say they're shorty shorts. There's a whole lot of thigh hanging out.
I got a really awesome pair for this year, and I can't wait to rock.
Yeah, so there's a lot of thigh hanging out, and it's a day for veterans, active duty, reservists, and National Guard to come together as a family and basically be themselves. Nobody understands our dark humor. Nobody understands the crap that we've been through. I could say something to you and you're going to understand it,
right,
but I'm going to say something to Joe Civilian and they're not. And it's just a day for us to kind of let loose, have a few drinks. And when I say a few, some people have more than a few.
I was good, actually. I had my wife drop me off and pick me up.
Yeah.
And thinking I may have more than a few.
Yeah.
But actually I was carrying that stone for a while, so I didn't drink as many as I thought I was going to, which was fine. I mean, it's not why you're there.
Yeah, it's a day of therapy. That's all it is. It's a day of therapy. It's a day for us to basically open up, and a day for us to, share some of our stories and release some of those demons, I guess you could say.
As I had a lot of F-bombs. If I had a nickel for every F-bomb that was dropped that day, I'd have a lot of nickels.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome. So we're going to take a quick break. We're going to do some commercials. We're going to come back, and I want you to talk about the other organization that you belong to. And you're doing a great job with that. So you're watching episode 26 of Just a Guy with a Beer. We'll be right back.
Just a Guy with a Beer with Scott Fryer. We'll be back in 2 and 2 belches. He needs a break to get rid of the gas. More of Just a Guy with a Beer coming up.
If you're in the market for a used vehicle at a great price, head over to GNS Auto Sales in Franklin, Connecticut and take a look at their great selection. BMW, Audi, Dodge, Chevy, Ford, and so much more. And whether it's an oil change, brake repair, or the check engine light, let Pat, Wendy, and their team of professionals take care of all your automotive needs. That's GNS Auto Sales located in Franklin, Connecticut. Give them a call at 860-383-0050 or find them on the web at www.gnsautosales.llc.com.
Have you got a taste for exquisitely crafted beer and pub grub with a foodie flair? Then These Guys Brewing Company on Franklin Street in Norwich, Connecticut has got what you're craving. Enjoy a variety of classic and unique craft beers brewed on site and indulge in a delicious meal with seasonal dishes from their scratch kitchen. And check them out on Facebook or online at theseguysbrewing.com to stay up to date with their freshest brews, current menu, and upcoming events. These Guys Brewing Company, where it's all about good times, great food, and fantastic craft beer. Killfoot Clothing is the first 100% veteran sales team owned by 2 local Connecticut combat wounded veterans. Every garment is designed, printed, sold, handled, and shipped only by veterans. We source our products 100% made in the USA and believe if you have a flag on your shirt, that shirt should be made in the United States, period. Killfoot Clothing Company. American made, American proud.
All right. We're done with commercials for now. Now, more with Scott Fryer and Just a Guy with a Beer. Hey, he's back!
Hey everybody, welcome back to Just a Guy with a Beer, episode number 26 on the first Monday in the year of our Lord, 2021. And God, it has to be better than 2020. Has to be. It's got to be.
It's all about perspective.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I said it on my Facebook page before the year was over. On New Year's Eve, I posted a little video. I don't know if you saw it, thanking everybody who helped me get to where I'm at today. Because 26 episodes is a lot, and just a little bit less than 7 months.
Yeah.
And it hasn't always been fun, but I would say it's 95% fun. So I had that happen for me in 2020, so it wasn't all bad.
Yep.
I made some amazing friends who are now family to me. So that great happened in 2021. So the whole COVID thing has not been great for a lot of people, and I understand that. I try to focus on the positive. The whole quarantine shutdown. It really brought a lot of different things around. It let people spend more time with their families, more time with their friends. So there isn't all bad things about it. I try to be the half full guy most of the time. My wife would probably say otherwise. I'm always the complainer, but outside the house, I'm trying to be the half full guy. So it's been, but 2021, man, we're plowing on. I think it's going to be a great year, man. So I'm here with Doug Capazzi from Irreverent Warriors, but now you also, for a longer time, you've been working for the Guardians of the Purple Heart.
Yes.
So
yeah.
Tell me about what the Guardians of the Purple Heart are, what you do, what you guys do, and then what your role is.
Okay, I'm the president. We are a 501c3 tax-exempt nonprofit organization in Connecticut that specializes in obtaining items or services for Connecticut combat wounded veterans that are not being met by other organizations like the VA. So essentially where the VA has to leave off because of their corporate red tape and their limitations, which, let's be honest, it's only natural for any establishment, not just the VA. We can come in behind them and reach out to the community, work with our vast network of supporters, and basically bring the community together as a whole and then provide for these combat wounded veterans. We have been able to get mobilized scooters donated to us for people with mobility issues. We had... One year, we assisted a Vietnam veteran who had severe mobility issues with a riding lawnmower and dump trailer, self-propelled snowblower. We got him a recumbent bike so he could do his physical therapy at home. Then he expressed that his 60-year-old boiler in his house was like chewing through oil like crazy. Right. So, okay, we replaced that, and everything that we do is at no cost to the veteran itself.
Right. That's not cheap.
No, it's not. It's not cheap, and it's not easy either. So I've been the president since, I would have to say, June or July of 2016. And just been going ever since.
That's great. And I've worked with you with the Freedom Riders. We've done things together.
Yep.
We've been in a lot of the same events. We support the Reason to Ride together. A lot of the other veteran events here. The Purple Heart Ride.
Yeah, we do a Purple Heart Polka Run. That's
Yes.
kind of like our...
Out of Basra, right? Is that out of,
At first, we started it at the Basra Moose Lodge, and we ended at the Basra Moose Lodge 2 years ago, because we didn't do a polka run in 2020, obviously. But 2019, we actually started out at Mike's Famous, and then we ended at the Basra Moose Lodge. I think that was our biggest year yet. We had over, I want to say, 200 participants show up. And that's our Super Bowl. That's like our main event where we basically get 70 to 85% of our, revenue for the year to actually help our honorary recipient at that point.
That's great. And I know that you guys, on a personal level, there's an event that we talked about before. My daughter was part of right here in Griswold.
Yep.
When at the time they were fifth graders, now they're all eighth graders.
Yeah.
Crazy. They planned, fundraised, built, and dedicated a 9/11 memorial on the Griswold public school campus right here in Griswold, and it's beautiful. It's recognized by the actual national monuments of 9/11 as an official monument of 9/11, and it's the only one built entirely by children, designed and built by children. And it's beautiful, and you guys had a real big hand in helping with that. You guys came to the school and you donated. I think you guys gave them like $500, $1,000.
I think it was 500. We actually had one of our members, I believe it was Chris Madden, who is a resident of Griswold. He came to the meeting and he's like, "Look, this is what's happening in my hometown. I think we should get involved." And it was one of those things where it was like no brainer.
Right.
Like, are you kidding me? You have kids who were not even alive at this time want to do this. And let's be honest, a lot of the veterans now joined because of 9/11.
Right.
So now you have kids who weren't alive honoring something that happened that, when they weren't even alive. So we had to get involved. So we showed up the day that they had the whole assembly in the gymnasium or whatever.
Yeah, for veterans. I think it was
for Veterans Day.
Yeah, I
believe it was.
I was there for that. Yep.
Yeah, and then I turned around and said, as soon as we get word of the unveiling, we're going to be there.
Yeah, and you guys rode in. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah, I actually orchestrated a riding group for the organization. So now I have about 12 to 15 riders who have the Guardian Rider patch, and we all get together and just, basically the rolling billboards for the organization.
Well, you guys do great things, man.
But they're an awesome group of guys. I mean, the motorcycle community is just absolutely giving. And as soon as I post something in our chat, I'm like, guys, I need a bunch of people for this. And they're like, we got you. Don't worry. We're all set.
Like I said, between you guys and us, the Freedom Riders and the Green Knights, there's so many great organizations that are veterans, mostly veterans, and they do so much for not just the veteran community, but the local community as well.
Yeah.
So I think you guys are doing a great job, man. Keep that up.
Thank you.
And I'm proud to be associated with you guys when we do things together. And I know we know a lot of the same people. We do a lot of the same things. So that's super awesome, man. So let's just say if somebody wanted to donate some money, how could they to the Guardians? How could they do that?
They can do it a couple of ways. We do have a PayPal link that they can donate to. If they want to reach out to us personally, I know a lot of people don't like donating over PayPal because of with COVID, there's been a lot of hacks into certain things. So a lot of people are kind of reluctant to send money that way. So if people just go onto Facebook and they type in the search bar, if they're not already following us, Guardians of the, and you have to start typing purple because we haven't passed Guardians of the Galaxy yet, which is kind of our goal at this point.
Who's donating to Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Guardians of the Galaxy. I see you got Groot up here.
I do have Groot up on the wall.
He's my buddy. But
Baby Groot.
Yeah, so you have to type in Guardians of the Purple Heart. You'll see the logo. You can go in and send us a message. Excuse me. There's always somebody awake, especially myself.
Yeah.
And we will give you an address. You can send it directly to me. We'll give you the P.O. box. You can send it directly to that. And then we have a system where if you do send a payment, we'll actually message you back and say, payment received, thank you. And then we have to have a little conversation on how you want that money donated.
Okay.
because not a lot of people realize that we only have two ways to donate. We have a restricted and unrestricted donation. So an unrestricted donation is, for easy numbers, because I'm really not good at math, is you give me 100 and I say, how do you want this to be used? Do you want to support the organization and the veteran itself? And if you say yes, we take 10%. Okay, so we'll take $10 and we'll put it in our operations account. Because let's not forget, as a nonprofit, we still have to pay insurances. We still have to pay setup fees. We have a lot of money going out in order to be in the public. So then we take the remaining 90 and we put it in the account for the veteran. If you say, nope, I want the full 100 to go to the veteran, you got it. We take that $100 and it goes straight into the account for the veteran.
And I will say, Willow and Christina Clark and Willow Clausen, they both posted the website.
Beautiful.
On the chat. So thank
Beautiful.
you, ladies, for doing that.
Thank you, Christina. Thank you, Willow. Appreciate it.
Yeah. So now what about Irreverent Warriors? Can people donate to the Irreverent Warriors?
So they have to kind of be careful with that. Okay. If they want to donate to Irreverent Warriors Connecticut, they have to contact me directly.
Okay.
Because if you donate to Irreverent Warriors, it's going to go to the national organization.
Now, do you have does Irreverent Warriors Connecticut, do you specifically have a Facebook page or a website set up?
We do have a Facebook page. It is a private group. Okay. Let's be honest. It is, some of the stuff that does float around there is,
I know.
We can't really be having it public. But, anyone who is on Facebook, all you have to do is just type in Doug and then Capazzi. You'll see my ugly mug pop up with the sunglasses. Send me a message, and I'll give you all the information you need. If they want to donate directly to Connecticut, they'll send it directly to me, and then I log it in basically in the Irreverent Warriors database, because we have we have to keep accurate track of everything that we have coming in and going out, and everything is reconciled at the end of the year. So if something doesn't make sense, I'm getting thrown over the coals. But they can donate directly to the organization. Good. And the best way to donate too is what a lot of people think is like, oh, I don't have the money to donate. I don't care. If you want to donate your time, you want to donate, like if you have a case of water sitting in your basement, we need that case of water.
Big facts. Shout out to the awesome ladies that drove around in the trucks. And I think Goose from Riders of Fire, he drove around in his truck.
So funny thing about him is we were at an event together, and I just happened to look, and I was like, man, that guy's
I know
name
Doug's
is...
watching too, by the way. I think he is. Usually he does.
Yeah, so I'm like, man, that guy's name is Goose, and that's what I'm called in the motorcycle community. So I go up to him, and he knew me, and he was just like, yeah, your name's Doug too, right? And I'm like, yep. And then it turns out that we lived like 4 miles from each other. We drive the same exact truck. His wife jokes around, was like, oh, when he dies, you're just a replacement. And I'm like, that's fine. At least I get his motorcycles.
Mario Lynn, he shared the Irreverent Warriors link there too. So thanks. I appreciate you guys that are out there watching us. First of all, I appreciate that you're watching.
Mario's in Puerto Rico. So Mario did the hike with me in 2000. Mario, correct me if I'm wrong, it was like 2018, I think it was. He active duty Coast Guard, got stationed down in Puerto Rico, turned around and was like, why don't we have anything like this down here? Yeah. So I got him in contact with the president and the vice president of IW, and then conversation started. And then next thing you know, Mario's like a coked up squirrel down in Puerto Rico, talking with the Puerto Rican government. Yep. And we had a hike lined up for January 31st, but it actually got pushed out to June. So Puerto Rico hike is still happening, but it's not happening until June at this point.
I'd love to go down there for that one, man.
Yeah, so hopefully if stuff does clear up and travel restrictions and travel bans actually stop, and there's a little bit more freedom to move about, then I'm definitely going to be going down to the Puerto Rico hike.
That'd be awesome.
So, yeah, it's going to be a great one.
I was talking to our good friend Nico about doing the Tough Rock, the 26.2 miles. So I think we should all do that one.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm down.
I want to do it.
I definitely want to do that. I see. I think. Oh, who was it? Brent did it last year.
Yeah, Brent did it. Sully did it.
Sully did it last year, and Rob Schneider did it last year as well. And I mean, they were probably hurting at the end of it, but
because then wasn't it?
I think it was the week after.
The week after.
Yeah, the week after was the SILKIES hike.
Because Sully was bitching and moaning like a typical A-ganger. He was bitching and moaning that his feet hurt.
Yeah.
I just had to tell him to shut up and suck it up the entire time we were walking.
You got to give him a little bit of credit though, because I don't know if it was before or after, but he came out and did the pre-hike.
Yeah.
And then did the Tough Rock, and then did the actual Silkies hike.
Plus,
so
he's got
back to back.
He's got robo knees too. So
yeah,
and
that dude moves.
He skipped that at like 3 years of sea duty because of his knees. So I used to give him a hard time. I thought, Sully, if you're watching, yes, we are busting your balls. So you deserve it because you're an egg hanger. So that's awesome. So we're almost up to the commercial break again. I told you, time just whips by, dude. We're almost halfway done, and I hate that. But when we come back, you brought some awesome beers that we're going to share, and you can tell us all about those beers when we come back. We're going to drink those, and we're going to actually take some phone calls. So
Okay.
if anybody's out there you want to call, and you want to talk to us, you have questions, you just want to talk about the show, or anything you want to talk about.
Or if you want to say how gorgeous Scott is.
Keep it family friendly. So we'll take calls after we come back from the break. This is Just a Guy with a Beer.
Scott will be back in just a couple minutes after he chugs this one down.
Hey, do you hear that? That's the sound of people getting together and having a good time. These are some of the sounds that you're gonna hear when you visit Epicure Brewing on Franklin Street in Norwich. Epicure is a craft brewery that wants you to experience friends, a lot of laughter, and of course, Epicure's craft beers on tap. Bring your friends or come down and make some new ones while enjoying the freshest quality beer in the area. Epicure Brewing is located at 40 Franklin Street, Norwich, right in the heart of the historic district of Norwich. Check out Epicure Brewing on the web at epicurebrewing.com, as well as finding them on Facebook. So come on down and add your voice to the sounds you hear in the background right now. Follow the hashtag Epicure Brewing for Life.
Unify is a local full-service marketing and branding agency that helps your business strategize, develop, and implement a marketing plan using the best platforms and materials to connect you with the right customers quickly. Find them on Facebook at UnifyCT or on Instagram at Unify_CT, or call Laura directly at 860-326-6003. Strategize, develop, and connect. That's Unify.
During the break, Scott was contemplating his life choices. I've done nothing with my life. Now back to Scott Fryer and Just a Guy with a Beer.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Just a Guy with a Beer, episode number 26. Stop eyeballing my Christmas gift. So if you look on the wall behind Doug here,
I'm trying to hide it because
don't hide it. Look, I know that you were a sandbag during your time in the service. You served in the Army.
Yes.
So at least you didn't eat crayons.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
So my best friends gave me this for Christmas, and it's a beautiful gift. It says Navy Veteran, has my name on the crest, and in the years I served, 1988 to 2012, and I love it. It's already the first thing I did today when I got to the studio was drop everything, grab that, hang it up on the wall. It's a permanent fixture in the Epicure studios here in Jewett City, in the borough of Jewett City. So thank you, Pat and Wendy, for that, and the boys. It's very meaningful to me because it was given to me.
It's nice. I like it.
It's given to me by people that are very special to me. So thank you guys.
Did they hand make that?
No, they had it made.
Oh, okay.
By a friend of theirs who does signs. So.
Oh, sweet. I'd love to get an Army one.
Yeah, I'll get the info.
Yeah, definitely. If you could, I'd love to get an Army one from my office.
I'll get you the info from Pat. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. So, Pat, if you're watching, you better be. If you could just put up there where you got it so I can tell Doug, and then he can get it. So, Sully's here. Sully is on, by the way.
Oh, he is?
He said, you guys.
You guys.
So, thanks for watching, guys, tonight. Seriously. Tonight's a special night. It's a fun night. Like, we always have a good time here, but it's a somber night. But again, half full. I'm glad I decided to come on there, and I'm glad I decided to do this with you. If it was anybody else, really, I don't know if I would have done it. But I know your history, and I know the things that you do for those kind of situations. So I know.
I appreciate it.
That you were here. So that was kind of like my comfort knowing that you were coming on.
Oh, I feel so special.
I could talk about it. I know that I could talk about it comfortably with you and not worry about it being awkward. You know what I mean? So, and I know that a lot of Jay Squatch's friends are here and they're watching and they're listening, and I hope that's a little bit of therapy for them for just a few minutes anyway.
Yeah, and if they are, and if I mean, obviously, I might not know them, but if they want to reach out and talk, I mean, they could obviously reach out to me. Like I said, I mean, it's just I know what it's like, and I live by the saying that a lot of people listen with the intent to respond and not the intent to understand. So if you listen with the intent to understand, then you can talk somebody through some hard times. And a lot of the times it's just having that other person on the other end of the screen. Whether you're sending a text message or you're just talking, a lot of the times it's just having somebody there, just listening. And I mean, I'll cry with you. I'm not shameful.
Yeah.
I'll shed a tear. I've shed plenty of tears over my lifetime. I'm going to shed many more. I'll do it with you if it helps.
Now listen, check on your friends, man. Even the ones that you may not think.
Yeah, send them a text message. Call them up.
This whole event has been... I've been buddy checking the shit out of my friends this weekend, and it's important.
Yep.
So, anyway, let's move on to the reason why we're really here.
The beer.
You brought some, right? I mean, you can't be just a guy with a sad face tonight. You got to be. We're just a guy with a beer. So, you brought some pretty cool beer from a local brewery. I've had them on before. It's Outer Light at Groton.
Yep.
So what did you bring, and why did you pick this one?
So I actually brought it's called the Huya Fruit Punch Sour. It's a kettle sour with pineapple and cherry and pear added. So the story behind me bringing a sour beer is everybody knows Nico from Two Brothers Restaurant and Pub.
Yeah, if you don't, you should.
Yeah, if you haven't gone out there and had the Meat Lovers Pizza, you're wrong at this point.
We're working to get that renamed at Thunder. So.
Yeah, if I eat 100 of them, he said he's going to rename it after me. I'm so close to the 100. So every time I went to the restaurant, I'd always order like a Coors Light, Bud Light, order just your generic beer.
Right.
And he kept going. He's like, Doug, one of these days, I'm going to get you to stop drinking this crap. And I'm like, Nico, I'm a creature of habit. It's just what I drink. Well, probably about a year and a half ago, we went for a ride. We actually went up to the Middletown Trees of Honor. I don't know if you've ever been up there.
Yep, absolutely.
So
on the green right there in town.
Yep. So one of our very good friends, Frank Adamski Jr., his son has a memorial up there. Okay. So every year we ride up there as a group. We, visit his son. We have a drink with his son, and then we always go out to eat. Well, we went to this restaurant, and I think it was my brother who ordered a citrus sour. And I was like, it kind of sounds weird, but I asked the waitress for like a sample. Right. Well, she brought me the sample. I'm done.
Yeah, that's how I started with this. I was never a sour person. I didn't like them. But my barber actually... I walked in the barbershop and he was like, "You want a beer?" While I was waiting, I'm like, "Really? Is this a serious question, or is there cameras in here? Is this a trick question? What's going on?"
Is your barber doesn't happen to be what's his name? I just totally forgot his name. The guy on Bank Street in New London.
No.
Okay.
I go to Dustin in Plainfield.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I definitely wanted to bring this sour because now I'm just hooked on them. Yeah. And then I contacted Nico last Thursday.
Yes.
And I'm like, hey, you're the king of beers. Like, I like sours. Tell me which ones to bring for the show on Monday. And then he gave me a list, and I'm like, I'm just going to come see you on Saturday. I'm going to pick up a pizza. Obviously, I got to start my new year off with a pizza. And then I'll pick up some beers. So made sure that the sour one, or this one, is the fruit punch that he was talking about, and it's actually really good.
So now that we got you drinking good beers, the next step on the level is to teach Doug how to pour a beer into a glass.
I don't normally drink out of a glass.
Well, so you have to.
Why?
Because
it comes in its own container. Like, that's the thing.
No. So you got a lot to learn, Jedi. Young Jedi, you have a lot to learn.
Is that that's like a Harry Potter reference, right?
Yes, he was. Yeah. Star Trek, dude. Come on.
Oh, Star Trek. Okay. All right. I knew it sounded familiar.
The nerds off. So listen, that is correct. It does come in its own container. But if you're drinking the beers just to drink, like a PBR, Coors Light, whatever you like to drink, I call them your summer beers.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine, right? But when you have a beer that's a well-made craft beer, you want to release all of the flavor and release all of the aromas. It's because, listen, you make fun of those people that drink the wine and they do the smell
they swill it. And...
Dude, I'm telling you right now, I learned so much, and I learned even more about I'm on a bourbon kick now, like a big bourbon kick, and I've been trying to get all these really great bourbons, and I watch and read as much as I can about it to learn about it, and I found out so much about the way you. First of all, they said there's no wrong or right way to drink it, right? So, but it's just the things like that you learn. If you like it neat, if you like it on the rocks, you know, if you like a splash of water or whatever, you drink it the way you like it because there's no right or wrong way. But each different way brings out a different flavor.
Yep.
So you can drink from the can and still get good flavor, but if you pour it in a glass and you let it rest, we call it let it rest. Like I haven't touched mine yet. I want to let it rest. So you notice how like I don't have any of the whole foam slimies on the side. See how nice that is?
Yeah, but it looks like frosting.
Yeah. But it's not frosting. You're wasting
that's beer frosting.
The effervescence of the beer. Yes. Beer frosting. I like it. So, no, but seriously, it does affect the taste of the beer when you let it rest and you let it aerate. You get even there's different glasses for different types of beer. We won't even get in. I don't want to confuse you. But the first thing you do is you just pour it slower. That's all.
All right, I stick to my 64 ounces of water a day, and that's pretty. I might have like 1 or 2 beers a month, and that's about it.
Not me. So anyway, so this is Outer Light Brewing from Groton, Connecticut. This is Huya Fruit Punch Sour with sour pineapple, Ketter Sour with pineapple, cherry, and pear added. So as always, drink local, guys, especially here on Just a Guy with a Beer, because that's what I'm all about, man. I'm all about supporting the local places, the local breweries, especially the ones that are, I mean, all of them are.
Yeah.
Right? Unless your name is Treehouse or Trillium, you're struggling right now.
Yeah.
And I hate, especially because I've made so many great friends that are like now family to me in the local craft beer community. I always try to do everything I can to help them out because I really hate to see them struggling. So
yeah.
So if you're out there, you're looking for beers, try to find the ones that are made here in Connecticut. It doesn't matter if it's, even if it's Two Roads.
Yep.
Drink at Two Roads. That's a Connecticut beer. But help your smaller breweries, help your local breweries.
Yep.
Because those people are hurting. They're the ones that's their livelihood, man. You're supporting, you're keeping them.
And if you're looking for a place to pick it up, I mean, you can definitely visit Outer Light Brewing or just go over to Nico's, pick up a pizza, and pick up the beer at the same time.
So it's Nico's, if you're not familiar, Nico's is Two Brothers Pizza Restaurant at the Salem Circle. It's not Salem Four Corners anymore.
No, it's the Salem Circle.
It's the Salem Circle of Death. And then Outer Light is on Bridge Street in Groton. So it's right in a little... Right, if you know where the
old roller rink,
old roller skating rink, it's right down in there in that little strip mall. There's a Mako down there, not a Mako, but a Meineke down there.
Yep, you get your missions done. You can get your beer,
and it's great. So let them take care of you. My good friend Mariah is one of the people that run that place, and she runs it great. And it's a great little spot. The atmosphere is great. The tasting room is fantastic, and they have a little outdoor seating area with a tent and everything. So it's real good.
Oh, okay.
So this is the Huya Fruit Punch Sour from Outer Light.
And also too in the Awesome Guardian glasses
Awesome Guardians.
Yeah, see that?
Guardians of the Galaxy glasses.
Yeah. Should chug that like Nico chugs.
Oh, that's good, dude.
Yeah, you like that?
It has a little bit of. That's the cherry. I'm getting a little bit of strawberry. So, all right, listen. We got one more commercial break to go.
Okay.
When we come back, I'm opening up the phone lines.
Let's do it.
All right. So get your dial and fingers ready. We're gonna come back. We're gonna take your phone calls. We're not taking requests. This is Just a Guy with a Beer at the Epicure Studios.
Just a Guy with a Beer with Scott Fryer will be back in 2 and 2 belches. He needs a break to get rid of the gas. More of Just a Guy with a Beer coming up.
If you're in the market for a used vehicle at a great price, head over to GNS Auto Sales in Franklin, Connecticut and take a look at their great selection. BMW, Audi, Dodge, Chevy, Ford, and so much more. And whether it's an oil change, brake repair, or the check engine light, let Pat, Wendy, and their team of professionals take care of all your automotive needs. That's GNS Auto Sales located in Franklin, Connecticut. Give them a call at 860-383-0050 or find them on the web at www.GNSAutosalesLLC.com.
Mr. Beardo Beard Oils and Tattoo Juice are the highest quality, no BS oils on the market. All hand and homemade to meet the specific needs of everyone's beard and ink. Just a Guy with a Beard personally uses both of these products. I can tell you that my ink has never looked better, and my beard is fuller, thicker, and healthier than ever. Get your beard pumping and your tattoo popping with Mr. Beardo Beard Oils and Tattoo Juice. Find them on the web at www.mrbeardo.com. Killfoot Clothing is the first 100% veteran sales team owned by 2 local Connecticut combat wounded veterans. Every garment is designed, printed, sold, handled, and shipped only by veterans. We source our products 100% made in the USA and believe if you have a flag on your shirt, that shirt should be made in the United States, period. Killfoot Clothing Company. American made, American proud. Have you got a taste for exquisitely crafted beer and pub grub with a foodie flair? Then These Guys Brewing Company on Franklin Street in Norwich, Connecticut has got what you're craving. Enjoy a variety of classic and unique craft beers brewed on site and indulge in a delicious meal with seasonal dishes from their scratch kitchen. And check them out on Facebook or online at theseguysbrewing.com to stay up to date with their freshest brews, current menu, and upcoming events. These Guys Brewing Company, where it's all about good times, great food, and fantastic craft beer.
During the break, Scott was contemplating his life choices.
I've done nothing with my life.
Now back to Scott Fryer and Just a Guy with a Beer.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Just a Guy with a Beard, episode number 26 on this first Monday of 2021. Victory Monday as the New York Football Giants defeat the Dallas Cowboys yesterday. The first time since 2005 we beat every NFC East team at home.
And your nipples were hard.
My nipples are hard again. Get them excited. Right? Now the season's over. So, but now, listen, baseball's around the corner, and there may or may not be some podcast news about baseball that I'll announce probably later this month. So that's going to be awesome. So without any further ado, while we're drinking these beers, I want to invite you, one at a time, please, no pushing.
Yeah, play nice, people.
Yes, call us. Give us a call here at Just a Guy with a Beer if you want to say hello. Remember, this is a sort of kid-friendly show, so please don't call with any lewd or rude comments, because they will be you will be yeeted from the show immediately. So the number is 860-941-7811 if you want to call in. I will take your call here on the air with myself and Doug. So we are right now drinking this fruit punch sour from Outer Light. It's very good. It's a kettle sour, so it's got a different taste to it.
Yeah,
but it's actually really, really good. So thank you again for bringing this in.
Oh, you're welcome.
It's super good. So I can't believe we got no takers. Oh my God. Yes, Jonathan said I've mentioned my nipple hard. Actually, Doug mentioned it that time, Jonathan. I didn't, and now you're stopped. See, now I have a complex, man. I have to start wearing padded T-shirts. I can't help it. It's cold in the studio, and I have a cold beer.
You got to wear the pasties.
Right? I have to wear pasties in the studio. That's awesome. So, yes, I would like to mention I have a brand new sponsor here at Just a Guy with a Beer, the Ideal Skate Shop in Norwich. And Jeff Blayman, the owner, he's a great dude. I had him on last week, and he was super excited about coming here and being part of the Just a Guy with a Beer team. So now he's here. Listen, my family here at Just a Guy with a Beer is growing, and I'm super excited about it. I'm happy to have Jeff on board. Yeah, I don't know if you've ever been a skateboard guy. I was as a kid. I mean, the Navy kind of took that away from me, but I still like the skateboard lifestyle, even though I'm too old to do that anymore. Yeah, I'm not Tony Hawk, man. Well, yeah. Well, okay, I'm not too old. I'm too brittle.
Yeah, that's true. All right, we'll go with
brittle.
that.
So. It's cool because I still like the skateboard lifestyle. He brought me a pair of Vans, dude. Blacked out Vans. I haven't worn blacked out Vans in probably 35 years.
Vans are comfortable.
Very cool. And it wasn't like the normal the Vans that you buy in the store. It's the kind that you can only get in a skate shop. They have like the professional Vans. So these things are super tight, man. They're so nice. They're the blacked out Vans. So Jeff, if you're watching, thanks for being part of the family. Thank you to all my sponsors for being part of the Just a Guy with a Beer. I love all of you, and I appreciate your support and your belief in what I'm doing here, trying to help spread the word about craft beer here in southeastern Connecticut and all over the state of Connecticut, because I'm branching out. Starting in February. I have some really cool people coming on the show. I have a girl from Brooklyn Brewing in Brooklyn, New York, coming on. Yeah,
sweet.
And I have Labyrinth Brewing coming on. My friend Sean, who runs Labyrinth Brewing here in Connecticut, and I also, one of my favorite I don't know if they're new to me over the last 4 or 5 months, Abomination Brewing, from the 12% Beer Project out in New Haven, which is an awesome place. They got so many great different breweries that they got going on together there. And Abomination, not only do they make awesome beer, but their can art is fire, man. It's so awesome.
Yeah.
Because it mixes, like, people that know me, they know I'm an old school hip hop guy, like the Wu-Tang and Biggie, because you see my hip hop collection up here. But I'm also like a super dark black metal fan as well. So
Really?
Like I have a very weird, like, I'll go from Wham to Slayer to Cannibal Corpse to Biggie Smalls on my iTunes. Yeah, it's crazy.
Run DMC.
Yeah, and then it's really, and then to Kenny Chesney.
Yeah, there you go.
So it's weird, but listen, it's like, just like I say all the time, don't beer shame your friends. You never beer shame your friends' playlists. Don't ever do that.
Yep.
Because whatever is on a man's podcast, that's a man's podcast, or not podcast, but their iPod. That's their iPod, man.
Yeah, that's what gets them going.
Yeah, it's whatever gets you going, man. If it's Culture Club, if it's
Dude, you could hear me rocking out to Lindsay Sterling. She's like a very popular violinist. She actually wrote the soundtrack to the video game Skyrim. Not a lot of people know that, but she is a phenomenal violinist. And then that got me into listening to an individual by the name of Josh Vietti, who actually takes modern, like, hip hop songs and he turns it into like violin music.
Right.
And he has like all the hip hop beats and everything with the violin. And yeah, you'll hear me rocking out in that truck.
Yeah,
but then on top of that, you can also see me dropping my kid off at school, blasting the Frozen soundtrack and singing at the top of my lungs, "Let It Go," with all the windows down as he's getting out of the truck.
Yes. So. Listen, here's our first phone call, Doug.
Oh, sweet.
It's Jonathan Barnett calling. Ready for this one?
Let's do it.
Hey, this is Just a Guy with a Beer. You are on the air with us. Who's this?
Just a Guy with a Beer. This is Barnett calling, first time caller.
Hey, first time, hopefully long time. Hey, man. Yeah, man. What's up, Jonathan?
Absolutely. I've been watching you guys for a long time. I haven't got a number to call. So yeah, all the southeastern Connecticut brewing companies, they're really struggling. I've noticed that there's the Connecticut Brewers Guild had tried to petition Lamont to let them actually serve alcohol with no food. I didn't know if you guys have seen that or not.
Oh yeah, I was very active with that. Yeah, I was sharing the hashtags with that, and if you go to my my Facebook page, Just a Guy with a Beer, you'll see that I did post a lot about that. Because again, having this show and this platform, I'm all about that, and especially my close friends at Epicure. These guys, they're struggling right now, and a place like Epicure doesn't have a way to prepare food. They had to go. They're legit making the best peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. They're making peanut butter and jelly sandwiches on the back, and they have
that's like the best return on investment, though. Like, if you think about it, your ingredients cost absolutely nothing.
Yes,
and then you can actually charge so little for a sandwich, but make so much more on the back end with the beer.
And I kind of had a weird thing, like, how is that going to be with beer? But dude,
it's good.
It's good.
So guys, I'd been originally responsible for. I was the first person to buy from Beer Brewing Company. I bought 9 gallons. I got a glass from them, and I've been petitioning ever since they stopped from the very beginning of not letting the brewery serve their full amount or unlimited amount to the customers. And for now it to be in, these guys are limited, and they didn't open to just have kitchens made. They opened to be breweries like everybody wanted, and now they're everybody's been stifled, and it's really not fair. And I'm wondering if there's any type of petition we can do to Lamont like we did to Malloy to actually get this ball in motion.
Yeah, man. Hey, listen, that's a great idea, Jonathan. And I think we can do it, Doug. I think I can. I mean, I know people, man. I think
There's
we can
power
get a
in numbers.
petition, right?
That's
we
the
can
thing.
go, right? Yeah, the petition for every goddamn thing in America that came around. There was the people who were sending those petitions around. Let's get it, man. Let's do it. I'll do it.
Yeah.
I'll fire up a petition and we'll get it passing around.
Let's do it.
Let these people do it, man. Let them have their food trucks. Let them have the, Epicure was one of the cool things about Epicure that endeared me to that place when I first started going, was I could go in there and they had menus, and I could order from a local restaurant. I could go to Listella's, and now we can go to Pie House, or we can go to any of the local places. Like these guys, they have a fantastic restaurant inside the brewery as well. But places like Epicure don't have that. You know what I mean? Like Outer Lake does not have that.
Yep.
Right.
So yeah, man, let's get it done, man. I'll do it.
Absolutely, because I mean, it all started with one spark. I mean, I'm sure Aaron Impressions will be on board with this. I haven't talked to them at all, but I'm sure that Beard, anybody would, that would be willing and able to try to help you guys out.
Yeah, I would. That's what I'm like. So listen, send me a friend request, send me a private message, dude, and let's keep this ball rolling, man. Let's get that going.
All right.
Cool, man. Hey, thanks for calling in. I appreciate you calling in and being our first caller here tonight. So you have a good night, man. Be safe.
You too. Bye.
All right, take care. All right, thanks, Jonathan, for calling in. We got a couple minutes left. If anybody else wants to call, it's 860-941-7811. Give us a call here. We'll talk for a couple minutes. We got about 3 minutes left, Doug, on tonight's show. And I told you, man, this thing flies by.
Yeah.
Time flies when you're having a good time.
Exactly.
And I can't stress enough how much it meant to me tonight of all nights to have you here. It's been awesome, and it's been a good distraction.
I'm glad that I can come out. Glad that I could be here.
Glad you're here tonight. Thanks for all the awesome gifts. Off air, Doug gave me a bunch of T-shirts. He gave me some beer soda. Scotty Rogers is calling. Let's see who this is. Hey, this is just a guy with a beer. Who's this? Oh, I can't
I
even
think
hear
you said
you.
it was Allison.
Yeah, hang on a second. Can you? I can't hear. We can't even hear you.
I can barely hear you.
How about now?
Oh no!
I got you.
There
I
we
got
go,
you. I
there we
got
go.
you. Hi,
Oh,
Allison.
you got me. Okay.
Hey,
Hi.
so who is this?
I have no idea who this is.
Who is this?
This is the beauty to the beast, as we call ourselves. This is my girlfriend Allison, who is she's actually transitioning out of the role of chapter captain for Team RWB Groton.
Yes.
And she's moving into correct me if I'm wrong, the social media director person.
No, communications director.
Communication,
Yeah.
same thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
We talked at Allison. We talked about I talked to you a little bit at the Vets Rock Expo.
Yep.
And you had your now please refresh my memory of the name of your the place you work for.
So I work with Sound Community Services in New London, which deals with mental health and substance abuse.
Yes, and they're doing really great work. I talked to you about them, and I talked to them for a little bit, and they're doing a lot of great things. So,
I'm still a little bit upset because I did the shameless plug for RWB,
Yeah.
and then she never did the plug for Guardians.
For Guardians, wow.
Yeah. So I still give her crap about that. She's like, you better mention RWB on the air today. I'm like, hell no, you didn't talk about Guardians.
I remember that. I was like, right on, get me in the middle of this one, right? Awesome. No, hey, listen, Allison, you and Doug do so many great things for the people of southeastern Connecticut and the veteran community. It's not even just the veteran community. It's just, you guys do. You're such giving people. You're such great people, and I'm proud to be friends with you guys both. And I appreciate you so much, and as so many other people do. So thank you for everything that you do.
Thank you. And I wanted to send you hugs virtually. I knew Jason as well through the community when I was working up in Norwich, so just wanted to send you hugs as well.
I appreciate that, and I'll send those hugs to my Epicure family as well. So we got to run. We got about 30 seconds. So thanks for calling in.
Okay.
Thanks for watching.
All
We'll
right.
talk soon.
Okay, bye.
All right, bye. So Doug, it's been awesome
Thank
being
you,
here
sir.
tonight, man.
I appreciate it.
I can't stress enough how important it was for you to be here tonight to me.
I appreciate
Anyway,
it. Glad I could be here for
Thanks
you.
for the beer. Thanks for the awesome gifts, man. Thank you for your time. Thank you again for everything.
I got
that
one
you
more
do.
gift for you.
Oh God.
One more, and you're gonna know exactly what that is.
Awesome. Listen, I gotta go quick. I appreciate that. That's awesome, man. Next week I got Sean Wagoner from Plank Owner Brewing down in South Carolina. My first Zoom. Thanks again, everybody, for watching. Take care of yourself. Check on your friends. And don't beer shame your friends. Good night.
You've been listening to Just a Guy with a Beer with Scott Fryer. Check out Scott Fryer next time over most of these same radio stations for conversation, information, intelligence, and lots more beer. See you next time on Just a Guy with a Beer with Scott Fryer.
Okay, bye. Stop making noise.
It's time.